looking at here is we're looking at the first floor construction area. This is very nearly getting ready to be laid in concrete. If you can see above, we've got the concrete panels that were laid in after the beams were laid in. Actually, the first thing that was laid in was the outside panels, the 48-foot panels. Then they welded the beams in. Then they put cross braces in. Then they laid the concrete forms over the steel beams. Once the steel beams are in, there was 3 inches of concrete that was laid over the top of those. And once that's set on the second and third floor, we ended up, we're able to put in steel 2x4s, steel framing. And once we do the steel framing, we put the gypsum board in, and we pretty much have classrooms. Upstairs, second and third floor now, you'll see classrooms. This is getting ready for the concrete pour, and once that happens, the framers are coming down here, and we're pretty much going to have the outlay of a complete school. All the harder part of the bottom floor is the plumbing. They're digging into the ground. Every time that they do plumbing, electrical, anything else, all of this dirt gets ground up and then reset and level. So every time that happens, they have to do that. I'm not sure exactly why. It has to do with the the aerating and stuff, and making sure it doesn't get too compacted or stuff like that, because the concrete's going to ultimately settle on that. In this area that you're looking at here on the bottom floor, there's 3 science rooms along this left wall over here. This area right here is 2 open science rooms. And then out towards the center, that is a flexible learning area in the bottom floor for the sciences and the tech ed area. So the bottom floor really comprises our academies of Sci-Hi and STREAM. Our second floor is Math and Business, which is our business academy. And then the upper floor is the Human Services Academy, which is English, Social Studies, and World Language. We're moving along, and in a month or so, this all is going to be, you're going to see a school. You're going to see a school up in this area. And in a month, we'll be gone in terms of the high school students. The high school office right now, if you've seen, has already been vacated. So our office has moved down to 129 this week, 2 days ago. And so we're bracing for a very eventful summer. This week was eventful and a little bit sad, I think, that we were vacating this office that's been used for 57 years, I guess. It was pretty traumatic for us to get everything out, so we don't really have anything left in here. The asbestos people are coming through, and they're going to be pulling asbestos in lines, and we were just having a construction meeting regarding fiber and things like that go underneath this building. For people that don't know, there's a expansive tunnel system in this school, and so a lot of the infrastructure for the wireless and electrical and all that stuff goes underneath the school in this tunnel system, in addition to our ductwork and our storm sewer and some of these other things. That's kind of where the phasing meetings are, is like how do we reconnect. I mean, we're gonna have a different orientation of our building, but in the meantime, when we do this center part of the building, how do we keep the east side of the building in connection with what we have over here? In addition, this summer, our technology core is moving from the northwest side of the school to the southwest side of the school in a new infrastructure. So that's a major change that is going to take place, and all of these are just little steps. This office is seeing its last days. Our new office actually is going to be built somewhere right through here at a diagonal. Our front of this new administrative wing is going to come across here, then the offices are going to stretch back there, and as we head back and look towards Roberts Road, we're looking at a parking lot and parent drop-off. So that's going to be a complete reorientation. One of the things that we struggled with in the design of this school is there really wasn't a true front, and so we faced our front of our building out towards Roberts and School Road and in a northwest facing school to give a prominent front. So everything kind of funnels to this corner of the building over here by the auditorium. So right now, this whole section, as we look to our left, is what's going to be munched first. This is what the cranes and the bulldozers are going to come in and take out this admin wing all the way through our media center. That's being vacated in the next week. Right as soon as school's out and we lose this transition area, this will all be abated at that time, so this will be the first thing that you'll see go. Even the weekend of May 13th and 14th, you're going to see the high school admin wing being taken down. As we move forward, we're kind of walking towards this section of the school that's going to almost set up as the basis or the heart of the school. Even though this section is all going, towards our right here, the auditorium is getting a full facial this summer. So our building that you've seen in the videos is going to look a lot like what the videos state here next fall. So this whole wall is going to get redone. Everything you see all the way down here is going to be the east wall of the new Commons. So that's going to be from there. And from an angle out here, we're looking at how do we connect to that 3-story building. We can kind of see it here. So somehow we end up on that corner up there. We end up with our little section, and our admin wing is going to be set out at about a 30-degree angle out this way. This opens up. You're going to see a huge open ceiling here with wooden trusses, and it's going to be pretty cool. And that'll be done for the next year. The only thing is we're going to have cement here. We're not going to complete the terrazzo next year. That's going to be done in the spring of 2018 during that final phase of construction.